Hello everyone. Now we're going to discuss how to write a conclusion of a report. Well, to begin with, can you take a look at the sample report you have and at the conclusion part, to be specific, and answer these questions. You can pause the video and underline or highlight the answers in the sample conclusion, and then we will discuss it. All right. So hopefully you have done that and you have highlighted all the answers. Hopefully you have found the answers to all these questions in the sample conclusion. Why do we need to do that is for you to see what the structure is and what goes where in the conclusion. Now when you've done that, can you look at these parts of a conclusion and place them in order? Take a moment, pause the video, and place these parts in order. All right, hopefully you've done that. Let's see what we have. So a conclusion starts with the most obvious result. Yeah, you can see that it's something like the results show that blah blah blah, right? Then well, this is kind of in general, yeah. There can be many results, but most likely it's something related to the hypothesis, right? The result related to the hypothesis, and then you answer the question. You can answer the question: was the hypothesis proven, in one sentence with the most obvious result? Yeah. And then you talk about the aim of the research again. Yeah, you restate the aim, in if you can do that in different words, right? And then you move on to kind of the biggest part of the conclusion is recommendation for future research, the uses of the result, some advice and recommendations for those people who can use these results, yeah, and this information, and also predictions for the future. It's very similar to what you did in your graph description part. Okay. So the first three parts, they are written in the past. Yeah, the results showed. Yeah, results showed that blah blah blah, which proves which proved the hypothesis. The aim of the research was blah blah blah. Then you have recommendations for future, the uses of the result, and giving advice to people who can use this information. You use the language of giving advice. Remember in Unit 1, you covered that. Yeah, there are different ways how we can recommend something to someone. And then when you make predictions, you use future tense. And remember also you covered giving predictions with different degrees of certainty, right? With might, must, probably, certainly, and stuff like that. Please revise that. So the biggest part and the most important part is how can the results be applied? Yeah, you can mention that in future research. Future research, again, I'll repeat, it's very similar to what you did in Unit 2. It's what else can be explored in this topic. Yeah, what else would you like to research about in the following experiments? Yeah, what else do you want to be proven? What else do you want to be clarified in the next research? Something related to the same topic. Also, you can say what can be changed or improved in this experiment that has been conducted. Yeah, maybe you would do something differently. Also, when we talk about the results, the application of the results, who can use this information, and how they can use it. Yeah, maybe the governments, maybe individuals, maybe some non-profit organizations, farmers, scientists, business owners, anything possible. Is very similar again to Unit 2, application of the results. Yeah, if there is some problem related to the topic, how can these people solve this problem? Yeah, using the information that you received from this experiment. Yeah, how can they do that? And what if not? What if they don't do anything? Yeah, what if yes? What, like here you give some predictions, right? So when you make suggestions or give advice, just remind you that there is such a thing as purpose and method. Yeah, you covered it hopefully in Unit 1, but you can use this kind of scheme. Yeah, it is recommended that blah blah blah, or it can be suggested that blah blah blah, or somebody should do something, and then you can say to what. Yeah, why they should do that, or how they can do that. You can use both of them together or separately. For example, it is recommended that the governments create stricter laws to prevent litter from polluting beaches, for example. Yeah, so that's kind of a formula that you use to give advice or make suggestions. It's not enough just to say, oh, the government should create stricter laws. Why? Why should they do that? And how they can do that, if it's possible for you to mention. For example, individuals should take responsibility for their actions by properly disposing litter. Yeah? How can individuals take responsibility for their actions? By properly disposing litter. So please, when you give advice or make suggestions, in their conclusion, explain either the purpose or the method. All right. So I suggest you revise the language covered in Unit 1, Appendix 1, such as giving advice, making suggestions, making predictions with different degrees of certainty. Please take a look again at Appendix 1 and revise this language for you to be able to use it properly. So that's the task now. You need to write a conclusion for the fertilizers report, and this is the checklist. This is the checklist for you to be sure you mention everything, and in brackets it's written what tense you should use. And also I've written here this last point. It's not necessary, it's not like it's just optional, but it would be nice if you also linked this research to another research, to like from the sources you found. Yeah, maybe you found another research that has the same results or similar results, or that has completely different, the opposite results.